Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum to you all. My name is Kashif Mazhar and I am the subject teacher for class 6 for the subject of English. Yesterday we discussed about four types of adverb. We talked about the definition of adverb, its usage in the sentence, and then we discussed four of its type. Today we are going to discuss five of its further types, which are the adverbs of reason, frequency, interrogative, relative, and sentence. The SLOs for today: after going through today's lecture, the students will be able to describe the usage of further types of adverb in a sentence and identify different types of adverbs and give examples of their own in complete sentence. आप एडवर्ब की अगली जो बकिया टाइप्स हैं उनके इस्तेमाल की वजाहत कर सकेंगे और साथ ही साथ मुकम्मल जुमलों में उनकी मिसाल दे सकेंगे. Adverb of reason. Adverb of reason explain the reason for the action. Uh, if some action is performed, adverb of reason give the explanation why that action was performed. कोई अमल क्यों किया गया. They are usually placed in the beginning of a clause or sentence. जुमले के आगाज़ में या क्लॉज के आगाज़ में रखा जाता है. व्हाट इज़ द क्लॉज? क्लॉज इज़ द पार्ट ऑफ अ लॉन्ग सेंटेंस दैट इफ सेपरेटेड it should have a subject and predicate. Predicate is whatsoever is said or told about the subject in a sentence. किसी भी जुमले में सब्जेक्ट के हवाले से जो कुछ भी कहा जाता है या उसके बारे में जो कुछ भी बताया जाता है, that is what we call predicate in English grammar. So a clause is a combination of a subject and predicate. We place adverb of reason at the beginning of a clause or a sentence. Examples, beta, he did not come as he was not well. As is our adverb of reason and has been placed before the clause he was not well. Likewise, there was some emergency, therefore he returned home. Therefore has been placed before the clause he returned home. Some other adverbs of reason: so, as, therefore, and hence. Adverb of frequency: how frequently some action has taken place. Adverb of frequency show us how often or how frequently an action takes place. एक action, एक अमल कितनी दफ़ा होता है, कितनी मरतबा होता है. They answer the question how often. How often का जवाब देते हैं. These adverbs are placed after the simple tenses of the verb to be. To be verbs are is, are, am, has, have, had, are to be verbs. We all know that. They are placed before the simple tenses of all other verbs. The simple tenses, the tenses that do not have any helping verb before them. When tense consists of more than one verb, जब tenses एक से ज़्यादा लफ्ज़ पर मुश्तमिल हों, these adverbs are placed after the auxiliary or helping verb. So if we are having a form of verb and a helping verb in the same sentence, so we place our adverb of frequency in between our form of verb and our helping verb. Adverb of frequency को form of verb और helping verb के बीच में रखा जाता है. Example, she never helps anyone and I always go to bed early. You can see that we have placed our adverb of frequency never and always before our form of verbs helps and go. But if we have our helping verb, so we will be placing our never or always in between our helping verb and form of verb. Okay, I think that the concept is clear to you. Adverb of frequency include always, never, sometimes, rarely, hardly, occasionally, normally, usually, daily, every day, and often. Next slide, beta, which is interrogative adverbs. Interrogative adverbs, as their name suggests, are used for asking question. ये सवाल पूछने के लिए इस्तेमाल होते हैं. Some interrogative adverbs are when, where, since when, how, why, how many, how often, how far, how long, and how much. Uh, there is a single word that can be used an interrogative adverb, or we may have a phrase like how many, or how long, or how far, or how often, or how much. Uh, they can be used as a phrase as interrogative adverbs. When do you usually go to school? A question related to time. Where is your workplace? Again, a question related to place. How did you arrive at this answer? Question related to manner. Andaz. How far is it from here? Degree. Darja. Why is this place so crowded? Reason. We want to know the reason for which the place is so crowded. Relative adverbs, beta. Relative adverbs are where, when, and why. Only three words can be used as relative adverbs. Like relative pronouns, they refer back to their antecedent and also join clauses. Um, we discussed before our summer vacation, we discussed a topic of relative pronoun that was discussed under the topic of pronoun, a subtype of pronoun, relative pronoun. Relative pronouns are placed before a noun, and this noun is their antecedent. Likewise, relative adverbs are placed before a noun, and this noun is the antecedent of that relative adverb. I have given them two separate colors so that it is easier for you to understand. He went to hotel where he had stayed before. Where is our relative adverb and hotel as the antecedent. Okay. I remember the day when he came here. When is our relative adverb and day is the antecedent. They do not know the reason why she is not coming. Why is our relative adverb and reason is the noun, the antecedent in the sentence, or the antecedent of the relative adverb why. Relative adverbs are used to introduce relative clauses. Relative clauses are placed with main clauses and they are dependent on the main clause. Relative clauses are dependent upon main clause. I do not know the day when she is coming here. When she is coming here is our relative clause, when is our relative adverb, and I do not know the days are main clause. So, when she is coming here is dependent on the main clause, I don't know the day. Likewise, beta, he does not know the rack where he has kept his shoes. Where he has kept his shoes is the relative clause. Where is our relative adverb? And where he has kept his shoes, our relative clause is dependent on he does not know the rack. He does not know rack is our main clause. We continue with our relative adverbs. Point number 2. Relative adverbs are used to introduce noun clauses. Noun clauses which are used as the subject or object of the sentence, like the nouns which are used as subject or object of the sentence. We will discuss about noun clause inshallah in the near future. Relative adverbs are used to introduce noun clauses. I cannot say when she will come back. When she will come back is our noun clause and it is dependent on our main clause I cannot say. So they know, which is our main clause, that they can complete their work in time. That they can complete their work in time is our noun clause, and that is the relative adverb that has been placed before our noun clause. Number 3, relative adverbs plus a ever. We add ever with when, how, and where. So it becomes whenever, however, and wherever. I will read whenever I have time. Whenever I have time is my relative clause, and whenever is my relative adverb. His cat follows him wherever he goes. Wherever is our relative adverb and wherever he goes is our relative clause dependent upon his cat follows him. Next comes beta sentence adverbs, which is the last type of adverbs that we are going to discuss today. Sentence adverbs are those that modify a complete sentence. Sentence adverbs modify a complete sentence. I mean to say that they are the singular words that we place before our complete sentence, and they are separated from the rest of the sentence with the help of a comma. This is what I have indicated later in this paragraph. Sentence adverbs are those that modify a complete sentence but are not a part of it. ये उस जुमले का हिस्सा नहीं होते बेटे, ठीक है. मॉडिफाई करते हैं एक मुकम्मल जुमले को, लेकिन उस जुमले का हिस्सा नहीं होते. यानी अगर आप इफ़ यू omit this sentence adverb and take the rest of sentence as a complete sentence, there is no harm. कोई फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता है अगर आप बाकी जुमले को कंप्लीट सेंटेंस के तौर पर लें और सेंटेंस एडवर्ब को ओमिट कर दें, ख़त्म कर दें. सच एडवर्ब्स आर यूजुअली फॉर्म्ड बाय एडिंग ly to adjectives. We know that many adjectives are formed by adding ly to many adverbs are formed by adding ly to adjectives, ठीक. So like we add sudden and then we make suddenly, from quick we make quickly, and slow to slowly. They are placed at the beginning of the sentence and are separated from the rest of the sentence by a comma. They are placed, this is something we have already talked about. We place them in the beginning of the sentence and we separate them from the rest of the sentence by the use of comma, because they are not an essential part of the sentence. Because these sentence adverbs are not an essential part of our sentence. There is no harm if we do not use these sentence adverbs with the rest of the sentence. I mean to say that if we omit our sentence adverb and the comma, the rest what we have, whatsoever we have, is a complete sentence in all regards and respects. These adverbs are used to express a viewpoint or an opinion. किसी शख्स की ज़ाती राय, उसका ख्याल, उसकी सोच, उसको बयान करने के लिए इस्तेमाल होता है. Obviously he is too ill to move. This is the opinion of a person. He wants to say about a particular person that he is so ill that he cannot even move. These adverbs may also be used to ask a rhetorical question. Rhetorical questions are questions that are used to please someone or to oblige someone or to lay emphasis or pressure on someone. अगर आप किसी को कोई काम करने के लिए मजबूर करना चाहते हैं या किसी को खुश करने के लिए कुछ कहना चाहते हैं, तो इस तरह के questions rhetorical. Surely you are not going out now. यकीनन आप इस वक्त बाहर नहीं जा रहे हैं. दिस इज समथिंग जो जोर देकर कहा गया कि यकीनन आप इस वक्त बाहर नहीं जा रहे हैं. Sentence adverbs include evidently, certainly, perhaps, fortunately, happily, obviously, luckily, apparently, clearly, etc. With this we come to an end of our types of adverbs, beta. If there is some confusion, you may ask your questions, you may throw your question during the period and at any other time, but do not throw them in the group of the main group of class 6. You can ask such questions in the subgroup of the subject of English. A recap of what we learnt today. Adverb of reason explain the reason for the action. Adverb of reason किसी भी काम की वजह को की वजाहत करते हैं. Adverb of reason are usually placed in the beginning of a clause or a sentence. हम adverb of reason को किसी clause या sentence के शुरू में रखते हैं. What is the clause? A clause is a combination of a subject and predicate. What is a predicate? A predicate is anything that is said or told about the subject in a sentence. किसी भी जुमले में फ़ाइल के मतलब सब्जेक्ट के मतलब जो भी कहा जाता है और बताया जाता है, उसको हम उस जुमले का predicate कहते हैं. So a clause is the part of a long sentence that if separated should have a subject or predicate. Clause किसी लंबे जुमले का हिस्सा होती है जिसको अगर उस जुमले से अलहदा कर लिया जाए तो उसमें सब्जेक्ट और predicate होता है. So adverb of frequency show us how often or how frequently an action takes place. Adverb of frequency हमें ये बताते हैं कि कोई काम कितनी दफ़ा होता है या कितनी मरतबा किया जाता है. Adverb of frequency answer the question how often के सवाल का जवाब देते हैं. Point number 5 beta, adverb of frequency are placed after the simple tenses of the verb to be. Is, are, am, has, have, had, are to be verbs. इनके बाद हम adverbs of frequency को अमूमन रखते हैं. Adverb of frequency are placed before the simple tenses of all other verbs. जो simple tenses होते हैं, जो form of verbs होती हैं, उनसे पहले हम adverb of frequency को place करते हैं. When tenses consist of more than one verb, adverbs of frequency are placed after the auxiliary or helping verb. अगर हमारे पास हमारे जुमले में मेन वर्ब भी है और ऑक्सिलरी या हेल्पिंग वर्ब भी है, तो हम अपने एडवर्ब ऑफ फ्रीक्वेंसी को ऑक्सिलरी और हेल्पिंग वर्ब और मेन वर्ब के बीच में रखते हैं. ओके, our adverb of frequency is placed in between our helping verb and our form of verb. Point number 8 beta, interrogative adverbs are used for asking question. Interrogative questions adverbs जो है वो सवाल पूछने के लिए इस्तेमाल होते हैं. Point number 9, relative adverbs refer back to their antecedent and also join clauses. Relative adverbs अपने antecedent का हवाला देते हैं, उसकी तरफ इशारा करते हैं और ये clauses को भी आपस में मिलाते हैं. What is the clause? We have already discussed that. Antecedent is a noun that we place before our relative adverb or our relative pronoun. Relative pronoun is something that we discussed earlier during our first term. We discussed relative adverbs today. So the noun that is placed before our relative adverb is the antecedent of that relative adverb. Number 10, relative adverbs are used to introduce relative and noun clauses. हम relative या noun clauses से पहले relative adverb का इस्तेमाल करते हैं. I mean to say that the clause that follows relative adverbs उसमें subject और predicate होता है और वो dependent clauses होती हैं, main clause पर depend करती हैं. Number 11, sentence adverbs are those that modify a complete sentence but are not a part of it. सेंटेंस एडवर्ब वो हैं जो एक पूरे जुमले को मॉडिफाई करते हैं लेकिन वो उसका हिस्सा नहीं होते. वी मीन टू से दैट इफ़ वी ओमिट our sentence adverb, there is no harm and there is no effect on the rest of the sentence. Number 12, sentence adverbs are normally formed by adding ly to adjectives. Sentence adverbs अमूमन adjectives के साथ ly ऐड करने से बनते हैं. ठीक है, occasionally, obviously, surely, really. So सेंटेंस एडवर्ब्स आर प्लेस्ड एट द बिगनिंग ऑफ सेंटेंस. सेंटेंस एडवर्ब को जुमले के आगाज़ में रखा जाता है एंड आर सेपरेटेड फ्रॉम द रेस्ट ऑफ द सेंटेंस बाय अ कॉमा, और इनको जुमले के बाकी हिस्से से कॉमा के ज़रिए अलहदा किया जाता है. With this, we come to an end of our lecture for today, beta. I thank you all for your concentration, for your attention. There will be an assignment soon after this lecture, inshallah. You are required to complete that assignment and send it to me today or before 9 a.m. tomorrow. I wish you all the best. Keep me remember in your prayers as well. Allah Hafiz.